All right, we've cooked our turkey. We have leftover bones, so it's a great way to make some stock and to make a soup. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And I've roasted my turkey bones, and I roasted them for about uh, 45 minutes, an hour, and then I put them in a stock and cooked that for a few hours. And now I'm gonna take all the bones out. And I picked all the meat off the bones that I want to use for my leftovers. Of course, I had a turkey sandwich, but then I'm saving some for soup. And I had a smaller turkey, so I didn't have a ton of leftovers, but I definitely have enough for soup. I've got the fat on the top that floated to the top because I put this in the refrigerator. And I could put this through a strainer also if I wanted a clear. But you know what? This is just going to be a home. We're not having company. It's just for us. So it doesn't have to look perfect. If I wanted a clear broth, I could put it through a strainer. And I'm going to keep some of that fat in there. Not all of it, but some. There's a lot of bones there. I use some of this stock for my gravy that I'm going to make on Thanksgiving Day. Remember, I had a church covered dish that I had to make up the turkey, so I got quite a bit out of there because I used some of those drippings for that gravy. So I think that looks pretty good. Want to make sure you get the bones out and all the little grizzly parts of the turkey. There. So let's see how much broth I've got here. Pour it into it. Maybe about 6 cups, so that's going to be perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and saute my vegetables. Oh, I had 8 cups. All right. So let's put this aside. Let me wash this pot. So I'm going to use this pot to saute my onions and veggies. So I'll see you in a few moments. All right, I cleaned up a little bit so we can get the vegetables chopped up and into our soup pot. I'm going to put this on medium low while I'm cutting up the vegetables. Of course, you can't see because I have that in the way, so maybe I'll put it back. Well, let's see if I can go over here and do that so you can see what I'm doing. Let me back up my camera a little bit. There we go. So you can see a little bit. So I'm going to put these in my mini chopper. Let's take off the edges. Got a half of this is a white onion. In the mini chopper. What do I do with the lid? I'm going to make a nice turkey soup. Gonna chop those up pretty fine. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil in my pot to saute those. And we'll get those thrown right in here. Then we're going to chop up a few sticks of celery. I think we can turn this up a little bit higher. I'm going to put it up to medium high. I'm going to put the flour over here. So these are small. This is a small stalk. So I've got to use a few pieces. And I like to use the ends with the leaves, because I think that gives it a good flavor. But I'm going to just give it a rough chop. And then put it in the mini chopper. You know what? I feel like it needs one more. Yeah. These are really small. Quick couple pulses. Smells good already just with that. Just the basics. So I'm going to salt and pepper that. Gonna get a little poultry seasoning out. And a bay leaf. Where did I put my bay leaves? Oh, here they are. I'll put a couple of bay leaves in here. It smells so good. All right, we'll get that going. I did have to put it up a little higher, so it won't take forever. And this is going to be a quick soup, since I already cooked down the broth and everything. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and put my carrots in there now, too. And I've already peeled them. Let's see if you can see in there. Let's see. I feel like I'm not in the shot. Well, my cutting board is. So I'm going to put these kind of a bigger, on the diagonal, bigger pieces. And as I get down to the end, I'll do a little bit fatter, but that one might be a little bit too big. Some people only like them bite size. I kind of change. Sometimes I want it little, sometimes I want it bigger. So I'm feeling like I want it to look very rustic feel. The bigger, heartier pieces of vegetable. So I'm going to just use 2 large onions. So I have 2 small bay leaves in there, and it's already smelling great. Let's put a little salt and pepper. I gotta remember when I go to the grocery store, get another box of kosher salt. I'm all out. I like having the pinch and throwing it in. I use this only for certain things, but that's all I have right now, so I'll get more pepper too. Load it up there. And then get a measuring spoon out, and we'll use some poultry seasoning. It's always good to have poultry seasoning on hand. So use it for marinade for your chicken. And of course, this time of year with Thanksgiving. So I have like a half a teaspoon here, so I'm going to put a whole. You know what? I'm going to use 3 teaspoons. Or, no, not 3 teaspoons. 3. Oh, this is, yeah, it is 1 teaspoon. I thought I had a half a teaspoon. So I guess I have 3 teaspoons in there. I'll give it a stir. I'll let these saute down a little bit for, probably 5 or 10 minutes. And we'll put our broth and our turkey in there, and we'll let it simmer. yummy. We'll see you in a few. All right, I sauteed down my onions and vegetables, or onion, celery, carrots. And I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste in this recipe. Just give it more of a little rustic flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and start to put my broth in. I'm going to use the whole 8 cups. I could save some of it, but I am making a whole nother turkey, so I'm going to have drippings, and we'll see if I feel like making broth out of that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Got a lot of things coming up in December. You're going to want to start to see my videos in December. We're going to have some Christmas tree instructions, putting up a Christmas tree. We'll do some do-it-yourself crafts. And I'm hoping to have this fun little special, but I'm not going to tell you yet. It's a surprise because I want to make sure it still can happen. But anyways, so we're going to have a lot of things in December. So I don't know if I'll be saving that carcass for Thanksgiving. We'll see. But we're going to let this simmer up, and once it gets good and hot, then I'll put my turkey in there, and I'll add a few more veggies when it's closer to when I'm ready to serve it. So, you know what they say, watch a pot, it doesn't boil, so we'll see in a few. All right, so now I'm going to add some pasta to this soup. You can also add rice if you want, but I'm going to do pasta. I forgot to show you that I dumped the turkey in there. I did do a little shot of me stirring it with the turkey, and it's getting later in the day and I'm getting tired, so I forgot that step. But there's turkey in this turkey soup. So I'm going to take 1 cup of ditalini, dry, and I'm just going to dump that in there. Probably take like 10 minutes. And we'll let that cook. Yummo. I'll be back in a little bit. Oh. All right, so now I'm going to add some frozen peas to the soup. And I will let that pasta cook a little bit before I put it in there, so that, because once I put the frozen peas, that's going to cool down the broth. But it's looking pretty good. Let's see if I can get I have a good close-up of that. Yeah, let's get a little closer. There we go. I'm going to put about a cup of these. I had this jammed in my freezer. I have my freezer jammed up right now, so it's like didn't lay flat. So use a little bit more. Just give it a little whack on the counter. Oh, that's good. We'll call that good. Good stir. Just a few more minutes. That's a nice hot turkey soup for a cold fall evening. All right, so I'm ready to dish up my soup. It's been in the pot for a couple of hours, just about, and look how rich. You can get a good look in the pot. I turned down the heat because I wanted it to be not so piping hot. We'll give it a little stir. So see how much the ditalini puffed up? Let's get some carrots. I don't have that many in my dish. And I thought about making some dumplings to put on the top also, but I ran out of energy. So, but a nice crusty bread would go with this if you made this for Thanksgiving and had dinner rolls left over, that would be good. I could make cornbread, lots of things. So, just with eating so many goodies, I decided not to do the bread tonight. But let's give it a taste. It is piping hot. Let's get a little mixture of the ditalini, the peas. Oh, yummy. That is really nice. I think I added a little more salt and pepper, but I didn't do that in the video, just a little bit. That is yummy. You know, I've never made the turkey soup with a little bit of tomato paste. I think that adds a nice little touch. It's not overpowering. It's just 2 tablespoons in the whole. So that's a great winter soup. Great fall. Cold night tonight. It's going to be really cold. So this is what I'm going to have for supper. And it was something else I was going to tell you. I don't remember what it was. But, oh, I know. Because sometimes, you know, after we make the turkey, it's like, okay, do I want how much leftovers? So you can make your stock and put that in the freezer and then thaw it out and use it. As long as you use it within a couple of months. It probably could last up to 6 months. But I'd like to use it a little bit better. Or a little bit earlier than 6 months. But because by then it'll be almost summer. So it's good to use it up in the winter months when you want something quick. You already have a stock together. You know, you can then you could just thaw the stock out and go ahead and you know, you want to save some of the turkey too, so you can add that to there. And you got a nice winter soup. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Quick, somewhat quick and easy. Took us a few hours in the whole process, but you can kind of pace yourself. That's what I did. I did the stock the night before, let that sit, and then the next day drained out, you know, took out all the bones and cooked down the vegetables and added it the next day. So it was a 2-day process, but each period wasn't that long. So, and I got a really delicious winter soup, fall soup. I keep saying winter. It's not winter yet, but it's going to be cold tonight. So that's probably why I'm thinking winter. But anyway, I enjoyed doing this video for you, and we'll see you soon.